Thanks.
I mentioned this briefly, I think, to Debbie and both Dr. Martis. When Kathy Rongione comes again and gives us update on the bullying and task force, I think there are many people who are unaware in our public of how many situations and programs we already had in place addressing this issue before we got negative press last spring. And I would like to have that included for all of us to see everything that was ongoing even before the task force was set up to improve.
That's a great idea, Bev.
And make sure
we
that, right, make sure
we
that...
actually have that teed up for November 1st, for our first meeting in
Excellent.
November where...
Okay, but I'd like...
And I think we did bring that before the committee last year, but I certainly have some, an enhanced list
Right.
to offer you.
Yes, but, so that they know everything that was ongoing before, we kind of ran into a problem last spring and got a lot of negative press. And still, no matter what a task force will do, it can never erase the challenge and sometimes difficulty in being a good parent. And a good parent, I believe, is about the most important job we can ever do. We can reinforce whatever goes on at home, try to encourage and introduce new concepts for kindness and understanding and helping. But just school committees and schools cannot be held responsible what goes on at 10 o'clock at night in somebody's own personal home, nor other students from other towns phoning into Foxboro. But we can share all that we are trying to do very willingly with others.
Okay, great. So we'll do that on November 1st then. Okay, thank you.
Katie, the only thing I would say is, just as a general comment, is, I am vocal in my questions that I ask and in ideas that I raise to the committee and to the superintendent and the assistant superintendent. But I remain very, very positive about what we do here. And I don't want anyone to misconstrue my interests in asking questions and making suggestions. So I'm proud of what we've got going on. I go back to the best thing I heard tonight, 16 out of 17 categories, we're ahead of the state.
That's wonderful.
Bruce, we have to be able to feel comfortable to ask questions on this committee. This is part of the process, so don't ever apologize or think that your questions are misconstrued as something that's negative, because we're not here to just rubber stamp things. We're here to learn as much as we can, to give our input, we were elected for a reason, and so we have to be able to feel comfortable to talk and to ask questions. So I would always encourage that from every member of this committee.
But some of the questions are reflections of the questions in the community from our constituents.
Absolutely.
So that by asking them, if we can clarify them, there's more understanding out there.
That's right.
Ditto. I think
Yes.
I see your questions as very positive because it makes
Absolutely.
us think. And if we can't answer that question or discuss various points of view, then you're right. We're not doing our jobs. So I think your questions were very good.
I feel like my role at this point is historian.
Well, you're such a good one.
Having been here for a while and watching things evolve and change and knowing that we're in the right direction. And
Well,
I
you,
just
your
have a
brothers
good
and
feeling.
sisters going through, all your children going through, all their children going through, and now your grandchildren the grandchildren going through. You do have
It's
a
3 generations. I have a vested interest in this.
interesting
in this system.
perspective, huh?
Yeah.
I think every member of this committee has their own unique perspective and experience and history to contribute to this board. And we don't want to all be alike. That wouldn't be good. So,
Honestly, Bruce, I can't imagine being in any town except this one. And watching the things that we're doing and the way we're progressing, I think we're on solid footing.
And talking about the bullying, we all have I think our first reading of the new bullying
Yes.
policy
Yeah, Kate
should be
and
coming.
Bev, we're going to talk about that at the next meeting.
Right,
Yeah.
and you and I probably should look at this together
Yes.
sometime between now and then. Great.
anyone
And if you
else?
have a meeting, post it.
Yes.
For 2 of us?
Yes, you're a subcommittee, dear.
Yeah, you're a
Yes.
subcommittee.
Yeah, so post
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah, we can just let Wendy know.
Yeah.
No problem. All right.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of adjourning? 500. Thank you. Good night.
Yes.